Okay. Oh yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Warning. Shut Up, Let's Talk contains some rad but heavy language and adult themes and may not be suitable for audiences under 18. Viewer discretion is advised. What up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everybody, to episode 109 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. Hanging out with Divisional Void tonight, hanging out with Sebass, familiar face Sebass, and hanging out with first-time Charles.
Thank you very much.
How are you, fellas, man? Welcome.
We're good.
Welcome to the place.
Cheers to the new decade.
Cheers to the new decade. Cheers to the
Get your White Claw.
Enjoy.
No laws today, guys. I swear to God. Swear to God. No laws. No laws. Divisional Void, guys. You guys are an epic... Well, you guys are more than epic metal. Epic metal these days is like a genre, too, so I can't even say that anymore. Can't even get away with that adjective anymore.
No, you can't.
There's even a band called Epica, so like...
Epica, yeah.
So
You're right.
Can't even go there anymore.
Well, you know, I don't like styling it up anyway, so you guys tell us what you guys are. So you guys are a metal band, but tell us more.
I don't know what we are.
I wish I could honestly give like a... I wish I could give like an honest answer as to what we are. Because we do so many genres in like a tiny box of two people.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true, man. And you guys, well, first of all, just like a good bikini, they are a two-piece. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Of course.
Which I think is pretty great, man. I think it's pretty great. Like that's really difficult, I bet. But in a way, is it easier for you guys?
Actually, it is.
That's awesome.
It's and then there was a discussion that we had between ourselves before we even started that. I feel like between two people, it solidifies so many things, because when you have 5 or 6 opinions going on at the same time, it's harder to come to a conclusion. But when it's just two guys shooting ideas back and forth, like things get done in a snap.
Pretty
hey,
awesome.
I like this. No. Oh, well, what about this? All right, let's do it. Simple.
Wow.
You don't need 4 other approvals in order to get things done.
That makes a lot of sense. I think.
Yeah.
And so sorry guys, I totally interrupted myself, but with the first question. But yes. Well, so tell us a little bit more about the style of music you guys make. How would you guys describe it if you had to? This is always a tough question.
It's a very, very tough question.
Yeah.
If anything, you can say progressive.
I like it.
Progressive?
There's some progressive in there.
No, because I mean, if you think about the concept of progressive is like a band that never stays in the same box. Like look at Opeth.
My favorite band.
True.
Look at Opeth from like Ghost Reveries to Opeth in Sorceress.
Yeah, very different. Very different. And I'm a diehard Opeth fan, and I can't even say I'm a huge fan of like their new music, to be honest, because it's just such a different. It's not even just the sound is different, but even their note choice and everything.
Yeah, everything is different.
Everything is different.
I feel like every Opeth fan the Opeth fan base is very 50-50. It's either you're diehard screaming Ghost Reveries Opeth, or you're like just all in for everything that they drop, and it doesn't matter if they drop a country western album tomorrow, you'll still buy it.
It'll probably happen at this point.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, the last album sounded very I don't want to offend anybody, but it sounded very Rush-ish to me.
Probably was. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't. It'd be really crazy if there was some weird controversy going on where they don't like their record contract, or they are being like something's going on and they're just putting out this type of music for like on purpose, almost like trolling.
To try to get something, to try to get out of it. Like, come on, man. How horrible of an album do we have to write to get out of this contract? Right?
They're like, 10 records, and now you guys aren't backing us up one bit. Okay, then this is the work I'm going to put out with the amount of money. You never know, because these type of things happen. These type of things happen all the time.
They really
like
do.
Think about it in hip hop. It happens all the time, all the time.
Bro, look, how long did it take to Lil Wayne drop like his Carter 5?
Yeah, that exactly. And then all these record label issues and stuff. I mean, people in metal, I'm sure, have to deal with it just as much. They probably just don't throw each other under the bus as much, which is not a good or bad thing. It's kind of. I think. I don't know if you should be throwing other people under the bus, but at the same time, shady business should be avoided. Like, and it's kind of like, it kind of sucks when people don't let you know, and then you end up falling victim too.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, guys. So I know you guys just opened up a, you know, we'll jump around some topics tonight, guys. So you guys just opened up a recording studio, right?
We do apologize in advance for the jumping around.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. That's part of what the
His
show
fault.
is. Right? Yeah, it is my. Maybe that's why we call it Shut Up, Let's Talk. It's like stop and go all the time.
Stop apologizing. Just continue on with the conversation.
Right? Might as well, right? So, like, yeah, the record studio, guys. So, tell about the recording studio, guys. What is that? What is that like? How do you, Visceral Studios, right?
Yes.
Visceral Studios, yeah.
Visceral Studios.
Very cool.
It's a good challenge.
It is a good challenge.
It's a very good challenge, to say the least.
What's the challenging part?
I feel the business aspect is more challenging than anything, because like numbers and
You're right about that.
keeping tabs about stuff like that. I feel like, but the good thing is we do have a team that we do work with, and we have God damn it,
I'm sorry.
we do have a team that we work with, and it is even though Divisional Void is me and Sebass. But behind the scenes, there's 4 or 5 of us working together to get everything done.
Yeah.
And without them, we wouldn't have been able to get anything that we have done now.
Any shout outs? You want to shout out the
Oh
homies
yeah,
really quick?
fucking
Miguel.
fucking Julio. Oh yeah, Miguel for fucking every time. We need things.
We need
We need things.
That's awesome.
Paulie is he works on another construct that we do, but he's very integral to the team as well.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I love it, man. And it does take teamwork, guys. It's really easy when you just see, the people on the stage, and then that's the people they think everything is through there. But yeah, it takes
Everything behind the scenes is so much different compared to what you see on stage.
Yeah, man.
Every single time, dude.
Lots of
Yeah.
memes.
Lots of memes. You guys got a group chat going on, right?
Yes.
You guys mentioned that.
I think we're in about 3 or 4 group chats. What was it now? 3 or 4?
Like 4. No,
Yeah.
like 4.
That's awesome, man. How many live shows have you guys done at the moment? Because I'm just wondering, are you guys friendly with a bunch of other bands?
Well,
Just the one that we
Divisional
promoted.
Void won.
That's all right.
As Divisional Void won with our old stuff, we shitload. But
That's awesome.
But as DV, we've only done 1, and it's mainly my fault.
That's all right. That's
Yeah,
okay.
it is your fucking fault.
It's my fault.
I mean, it's not really, because from the get-go we said we're just gonna mostly release music and do some shows here and there.
Oh no.
He's famous for that.
Oh, Christ, give me 1 second, guys.
Nah, he's having a good time. It's chill. It's
Right,
chill.
he's locked in too.
Yeah, he has me in a Kimura right now.
That's why I unleashed my inner boar last time I was on, because it just went from my thigh right here.
My bad, dude.
Like I was a fucking turkey leg.
Woo.
Oh no, my mic got unplugged. Oh shit.
Did you might get? No, it just
Yeah. Oh,
got pushed up.
I do apologize. I can't see behind the filter.
You can't see behind the.
Can you see behind your pop filter?
I actually can.
All right, well, whatever.
Well, when you kind of stand behind one of these for hours on end, you tend to be able to look between the holes.
Okay, whatever.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
That was entertaining. I'm sure that was an experience for everybody, especially the people at home, guys. Thank you, everybody in the chat for hanging out. Let me go ahead and actually open up the chat really quick so we can see what the hell's going on.
Oh.
I totally skipped out on that. Let's open up. Oop.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's going for round 2.
he's making his presence known.
Oh boy.
Round 2, fight.
For real, right? There you go. Anyway, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody in the chat for hanging out so far. Where were we at before the cat decided to be the star of the show? We were
right,
at the
so-
recording studio and the challenges.
Right. And then we talked about the DV shows.
Oh, yes.
So pretty much when we started, we said we're just gonna release music, and then we'll do shows here and there, because that's not really our main focus. Because we both have crazy schedules, so we don't want to really.
Yeah, bombard each other with
What are
shit.
you doing?
I'm shout out to Jamina. Brittany messaged me.
Okay.
What's going on, Jamina? Nice to congratulations on the new video. Or I think they got
The
a
new video
music
is very, very good.
Everyone, please watch A Place to Rest. It is a great video, great song.
Yes. So shout out
Super
to those
proud
guys.
of them.
So
Yes. So live shows.
Where was I? Right.
Live shows. Yeah.
So
Sorry for interrupting again.
No. Just shut up. Let's talk, guys. This is do way. This is what we do. This is what we do.
this is more shut up, take pauses, drink a beer, and then forget what we're talking about.
Yeah, the story of my life, really.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the live shows. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the first live show. No, you were saying that the focus of the band is mostly to record epic music, not just do live shows. Mostly,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Mostly because we just have hectic schedule being in aviation, and pretty much you're pretty much on call in aviation.
Well, really?
At all times.
Because he works for an airport in Opalaga. I work for a repair shop for engines.
Whoa.
So, and I have teams flying all over the world like every day.
Have you guys known each other for a while, or is it a coincidence that you both work?
Funnily enough, yeah.
Funnily, we met at MIA.
We met
years ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we used to pass by each other, and I used to see him in the hallway, and I'd be like, "Fucking douchebag."
Oh God.
But then I found out,
great.
I found out from one of my old bandmates. They're like, "Oh yeah, he's in a band too." I was like, "Oh, so who is it?" And he shows me the picture. I'm like, "This motherfucker works at MIA."
Might have to get to know this douchebag.
And I used to work not even 50 feet from where he worked.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy. And now we're here drinking beer.
Fucking
wow.
How many years later?
6 years later.
6 years later.
Goddamn.
Hit the pop filter one more.
That wasn't me.
I think that was actually me.
That was actually him.
That was actually me hitting.
Stop blaming me for your fucking problems, Charles.
I think that was me actually hitting the table, guys. Sorry about that.
Oh man.
It's a noisy episode tonight, guys. Thank you.
Hey, Ricky.
Thank you, Ricky, for hanging out in the chat, man.
That's the owner of the engine shop.
Oh, sweet, man. Shout out Ricky, man. Thank you for hanging out tonight on Shut Up Let's Talk, episode 109, brother.
He's actually a really big musician himself.
What does he play?
Piano mostly and guitar.
Oh,
yeah.
Piano is such an amazing instrument, man. What a good foundation for music in general.
Yeah.
I feel like piano is so underrated.
Dude, if frets could be laid out the way guitar with the piano notes are laid out, man, it'd be so much easier to look at.
Yes.
If it had sharps, if it had white and black sharps and flats, or blah blah blah. Yeah.
I feel like guitar is the dumbass piano because it's so much easier.
I always tell people the same thing. I'm like, it's 6 pianos all moved in different spots.
Yeah.
Exactly. But when you have everything laid out like this and you just...
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm blocking your face.
You're fine.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm just gonna sit back here.
You guys are big dudes, man. I look like a little peanut next to you guys. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And thick boy problems.
I had to sit on my foot. I had to add some height to this bitch. God damn.
You forgot a couple phone books too.
For real, yeah, right. And I got this shit cranked up all the way. I swear to God.
Don't worry, I'll slouch even more to make yourself feel better.
This chair is on his last hinges. Anyway.
Oh man.
We were talking about live performances, man. So tell us about that first live performance. So what do you guys exactly do? So I know you play guitar, obviously, and you play bass.
I play
both
bass
sing,
and we both do vocals.
You both do vocals. That's who's doing the streams? Sounds like Charles.
Both of us.
Yeah.
Really?
But primary vocals is
you for sure. You.
Me. Like I do the main stuff, and I've been throwing more at him lately, but the first Inceptual songs, it was mainly me.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, you guys got good vocal ranges for vocals. Like vocal. I don't know how to pitches for vocal. I don't know.
Pitch.
Yeah, because your voice would sit good on top of a mix.
Yeah,
because it's very neutral. Like I don't know the soprano and alto. I don't know all that kind of stuff.
Well, for screams you got either false chords or fry screams.
Say it again.
For screams you got either false chord, which is your low scream, and then your fry scream, which is the higher register of screams.
So, have you hurt yourself doing the screams yet?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh yeah.
Pussy.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
That is not due a. No. It is not.
If it makes you feel better, for myself too. Okay.
Have you seen The Art of Screaming yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Did it help at all?
Bro, I watched it in high school.
Yeah, it came out old. It's old school. This was from back in the day. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Lamb of God days.
Yeah, like fucking sacrament days.
Sacrament days.
But I watched it in high school, and then I applied a lot of it to what I was doing, and then I completely forgot about it.
I feel you.
And there's a whole bunch of everyone has like a vocal technique video now, but funnily enough, the one that actually kind of like pushed me to that point that I developed more of a stamina to it now is Lauren Babick. She's like a famous YouTuber. She's in a band called Red-Handed Denial and Crazy 88. She had like this small segment where she was explaining how to scream, and I watched her stuff, and it improved my stamina tenfold.
That's awesome. What is the secret to that then?
It's don't rely on fry too much.
Fry?
Yeah.
What is fry?
Fry is when you like tighten your vocal cords to try to develop like a higher scream, because there is a way to false chord and get high.
Okay.
At the same time, that sounds like a fucking
drug thing, yeah.
But there is a way to
remember,
false chord and get high, man.
Remember, false chords, you use more air than fry
so you
screams.
dry out a lot more.
Yeah.
Legato, are you using false chords or fucking what do you?
I think I've switched to false chords, so it's.
He's going for your Achilles. Watch out!
Yeah, I know.
Oh god damn, he knows.
He got me an angle lock. I'm down for the count.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're fine.
That's okay.
And also sorry to everybody in the chat hanging out today. I'm sure you guys all, there should be there's going to be a new drinking game on Shut Up Let's Talk, guys. Anytime you hear the cat take a shot, drink a beer, both. Shout out to Ricky in the chat. He says, I'm joking the team with my Cuban threes.
See, yeah?
I'm a joint your band with my Cuban threes. Oh, the guitar.
Yeah.
The
He has two in his office. They're really nice.
He's locked.
all right, guys. You know what? give me one
He's
quick
locked in
second.
there. I'm down for the count.
Cue the Jeopardy theme. So, guys, how are you tonight?
Hi. Yeah. Oh, we're good.
Oh.
Yeah. This is like round 2, and I've lost both rounds.
Oh, hey, I see Mr. John of Abiotic just joined the chat. Hey, John!
What up, broski?
My boy Jesus from the airport.
Legato is relentless. Yeah, John knows. Legato is he's like the coolest demon I've ever fucking met. Jesus Blanco.
Isn't every cat though?
Man, I've met so many nicer cats than my own cat, but at the same time, I've met many nicer cats, but I do love him the most for obvious reasons.
Of course.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Shout out to John. Shout out to John with Abiotic and Ormsby and doing all this rad shit, man. So
everyone's a NAM, and I'm just sitting here sad.
Yeah. If you guys could be a NAM right now, what guitars would you be drooling over? Let's talk gear for 2 seconds, guys.
Oh,
can we geek out for 2 seconds,
We
please?
can geek out for 15 if you need to.
I can go for 3 hours, honestly.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, man. I don't even know the newest gear that is out at the moment, so you guys got to fill me in because I haven't even. I've been trying to, I've been trying to behave. I saw the new Ibanez's.
Yes,
those look so nice, dude. Oh my god,
the ERBs, the new headless basses that they just dropped.
Yes,
it's crazy.
Sorry, like, well, I know I realized I just said yes, like I knew what you were talking about, but headless. Ibanez dropped headless basses.
Yes.
Do tell, friend.
They're called I think it's called the ERB, and each of them have like different numbers. Some more advanced than the others. One has like this really cool like ocean type paint job, but it's mainly just fucking headless bass, and then the way the body is designed is so if you're sitting down, it has like a cutaway at the top.
Right.
So you can just lean it onto yourself. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Apologies. So it's so that way you can when you sit down, you can lean it against yourself, and it's more comfortable. But it's the first headless anything that Ibanez has
done,
which is actually crazy.
And I love their headstock, which is almost a shame. Well, their bass ones are different. I get that for the guitar ones. I love their headstock.
But no, but funnily enough, the first Ibanez basses, the S series, had the guitar headstock.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Sorry, go on. Oh, John.
John says, people orange these pages. I got some good ones at NAM. You meant this Ibanez EB47 Tootie Pootie. Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, Ibanez. I if you're listening, and I hope you are. Please figure out names for your awesome instruments besides RG, which is also just 2 letters.
Yeah,
I think only. What is it? Only 2 of them have like a regular name.
My problem, you know what it is? Sorry, not my problem. Ibanez's problem. When they do come out with names, they kind of suck, don't they?
Yeah.
Because you know what the RG is? The rock guitar.
Yeah.
And the S is Saber.
The Saber, which actually is kind of
Which that's cooler than a rock guitar.
Yeah.
But,
a little
rock
better.
guitar.
Which one? I think the only one
Hamtaro.
that ever had, the fucking Hamtaro.
It's
I think
Hamtaro all the time.
The only one that had a name, I think it was like Monkeys.
Oh, the corn models with their RGs also.
Yeah,
their
were
RGs, but he
7-string
named
RGs.
it was the Apex, and then
They did name them.
they named it
Yeah.
the Apex, and I think the bass was like the K5, which is the Corn 5.
Corn 5, the bass, the Fieldy one.
Yeah, the
Is that
Fieldy,
Oh,
Fieldy
God.
K5.
Yeah.
Fieldy, man, just I don't know how you emulate that sound, man. It's like Fieldy is like the Saint Anger snare drum of bass players. Like but I love Fieldy sound. A lot of people hate the snare drum that I mentioned a second ago, but I think Fieldy has such a cool sound, but it's so funny sounding. It makes me laugh when I hear it, but I love it.
It's an awkward sound. Like when he plays normally, it's like, oh yeah, that's going. Then you hear blah 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 blah, and you're like, wait,
That's what is known as a Michael Serotonin.
Michael Serotonin. I love it. Michael Serotonin. Holy shit.
I
Anyway,
think that was the one part because I heard like the first ever Korn song, which I think is for most people. The first ever Korn song I ever heard was "Freak on a Leash."
Yep.
And Freak on a Leash was so chill throughout the whole, and then it just got to the chorus, and I'm like,
yeah,
what's going on?
It's like this
here?
weird Middle Eastern sounding like pre-chorus that went into the hook. Yeah, yeah.
So they
Good
just
stuff.
they threw me for a loop, and then they told me, oh yeah, that's how the bassist plays, and he plays like pushing the neck near his face. And
Yeah. He just
I'm sorry, he did what again? Sorry, I want to see it again. What do you do?
what the fucking?
Fieldy, man. Just it looks like somebody just handed him a bass and was like, "Make noise with this.
Yeah.
Just do a thing." And then he found out some way to stay in key, which was great.
He's like, what are you doing there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with Ice-T and Snoop Dogg instead. Which is like every time you saw him on MTV, he was chilling with like he was just chilling with like Exhibit.
And Snoop
Oh
Dogg.
man, Exhibit.
You know.
Yeah.
Really quick, guys, let's go ahead and check out some Divisional Void music. Now you guys have 2 songs up on Spotify at the moment. 2 very good songs. And which one would you guys like to play first?
We'll do Absolve.
Shall we do Absolve first?
Absolve for 300, Alex.
Yep.
How about Husk for 1,000?
Oh, jeez. Well, that you guys can decide that. That's you know. While I pull up the awesome graphics or whatever.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Which I might have to reinitialize. Yep, I did. All right, cool guys. So is it gonna be Husk or is it gonna be Absolve? What's it?
Let's do Husk.
You know what? Can we do a live rock paper scissors on Shut Up Let's Talk right
All right,
now?
let's go. Wait, make sure. Okay.
All right. Yes. You can tell they hang out a lot.
Damn it!
Nice.
Fine.
Nice.
Yeah,
That was amazing, guys. That was in real time.
That was fucking beautiful.
Wow, that was like the best fencing match I've ever seen. That was amazing. That was like chance, you know, the game of chance.
I didn't think they would go on for so long. Jesus Christ.
That was amazing, guys. Anyway, guys, so let's go ahead and play Absolve by Divisional Void. Put some South in your mouth.
Put some what?
Control, step into the dark, you're a tool, time
Where's the helicopters when you need them? Let's slow that bad horsey down real quick. Wow, that was Absolve by Divisional Void,
Yeah.
aka you guys.
Okay, us.
And
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, they suck ass.
who's that?
Divisional Void, they suck ass.
Oh, I can't agree. I can't. We nobody agrees in the chat. Nobody, put a thumbs up if you disagree with that, because and I hope to see thumbs up.
I heard the bassist has a folder full of puppy porn.
Oh, okay. I'm so
Please let that be wrong, dude. Jesus Christ.
I hope that's also wrong too. But yes, I'm so glad.
I'm allergic to dogs. So
Oh man, tell us a little bit about the writing of that song, man. So when did that song get written? How did it get written? How did it get finished?
That was actually our first song that we ever wrote. That was written. No, I'm sorry, I lied. That was the third song. No, because the first two we scrapped them because they were shit.
yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were about to whip them out and play them. I was about to slap you.
No, they were ass. They were ass.
They were shit.
Send them later.
So let me see. Absolve, we wrote that, I think, I think it was late 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Late 2017.
Yeah.
Good year.
Great year.
It was a great year.
Actually, I released my album in that year.
Actually, no, I take that back. That year was shit.
Was it?
Oh
God. But which means the music was probably good.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? It's probably the same. It was actually the same for me. It was actually a terrible year personally, but yeah, for music it was my best probably. For now.
Yeah.
For personal reasons, it fucking sucked. For
Man.
DV, oh man.
What happened in 2017 for me?
Think long and hard.
Oh, let's see. Lairs broke up in that year.
Oh man, let's check out the chat really quick. Sorry guys. Zach in the chat says Mr. Diaz is such a stud. I just punched
thanks,
the neighbors. Zach just said he punched the neighbor's baby. Holy shit. Victor in the chat sends us his Purple Hearts. That's pretty awesome.
Holy
I haven't
shit.
seen Purple Hearts.
Victor, my boy. What's
And
going on?
Paul says, "What was it about puppies?"
Yes, Paul. That is why 2017 was so bad. It was the puppies. It was definitely the puppies.
Oh man.
2017. Yeah.
Think long and hard why 2017 was so bad.
I don't remember this morning, dude.
This morning.
Left to South Carolina, came back.
Oh, you ditched my ass for 2 years. That's what happened. That's
I
right.
ditched you for a year.
Whatever. It felt like 2, okay?
I did that. I moved away for 2 years actually.
Yeah.
How funny. Yeah, it's an entire. My best friend would probably say the same thing.
No, it's funny because like I wasn't mad that he left. It's just that
Of course, I know.
before he left, I was like, "Here, take my interface,
Cool.
so you can record vocals
Cool.
when you're over there." He didn't record vocals for a year.
So you were going through shit,
I
right?
was going through shit.
It happens.
Yeah.
I feel you.
But
It's hard, man.
But
And you left the interface up in South Carolina.
still in South Carolina. But
Okay, that's a little.
God
funny. That's
damn
a little
it.
funny. That's a
God damn it.
Yeah,
Waiting for some great lyrics.
There you go. See that? It's
some
all.
great-
It was an investment. It was an investment.
Silver linings, baby.
Yes.
Give and take.
Silver linings.
Yes, I love it, man. During that same experience when I moved away, I was in a place where I didn't know anybody. It was thankfully my sister introduced me to her friend who was a DJ, and he was a producer as well, and he was making a lot of music. And me and him used to hang out, and he taught me Ableton live,
Nice.
which was great. Learned a lot, and then he kind of gave me the keys to the Lamborghini there, so I tried to push it, and then we used to jam a lot there, and I felt like I grew a lot as a musician. And then when I came back here, I got to transfer all that with my friends and the homies and
Right.
make music with everybody.
Right.
Which is did you do the same thing? I guess you came
I
back
feel
with
like-
a fire under your ass.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. because I feel like what was it? I came down for Kryptonite, and that's when we recorded like the first draft of Absolve.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it was more or less the same lyrics as we have now, but it like I had the emotional fire already burning, and then everything else happened once I got back. Got sick of it, came back.
Okay, there we go.
And then we just fucking
the logo's facing the camera so we get sponsored.
Make a little email us. Did you
Starbucks, please?
Was Absolve recorded in the Visceral Studios, or was that recorded in a separate?
Everything was recorded at Visceral.
Everything in Visceral before it became Visceral.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's awesome, man. So what you guys used to record that? You know, what bass were you using? What guitar were you using? Tell us the goods.
I was using a very beaten up Jackson Tinky 7-string.
Awesome.
With guitar memory pickups.
Cool.
You were using
Ibanez SR 605.
Oh yeah, the 4-string.
PB. With Bartolini
the pickups.
Bartolini quad coils in it.
Sweet. I heard those are awesome.
They're amazing.
They're amazing.
I haven't played. You know, I'm pretty simple with the
And
bass
then the 4-string stuff, I was using a piece of shit.
Hey.
Epiphone Goth Thunderbird.
Oh, good times. Those came out during good times.
Let's put it this
mine.
way. We recorded the whole record. I bought a Music Man and we re-recorded it.
You bought a Music Man bass?
Yeah,
Sweet.
I play a Stingray now.
Those are awesome, dude.
Yeah.
They're comfy.
They're very comfy.
Yeah.
And they're much more as tonally what I like, because I can dial in whatever the hell I want on the 5-string because of the 3-band EQ.
Yeah.
But when you're playing like, you know, smaller scale stuff like Fenders and Music Mans and stuff like that, you have to really know how to fuck with it.
How to mess with it. Yeah.
So that bass for what it does, it really works.
So tell us a little bit about the drums, man. Who's doing drums?
We got Matt Halpern.
Matt Halpern from Periphery.
I'm just kidding. We can't afford that shit.
That's all.
We're using Get Good drums.
Hell yeah.
Modern and massive.
Is the Get Good drums, is that made by Misha and those guys? Is that
It's
the one?
made by Matt.
Matt, yeah.
Matt and Misha.
Well, they use Matt's kit to make the samples, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I'd heard about this recently and I didn't. I'm using Drumforge. I'm using Drumforge, which I believe it's by Joey Sturgis. I found that out.
It is by Joey Sturgis.
Yeah, I found that out like a few days ago actually, which I've been using it for like over a couple of years. I had no idea. A friend of mine hooked me up with it, which was really nice of him. Shout out to also John, who was in the chat. Yeah, he's the one that hooked me up with that.
So hey, John.
Yeah.
If you're still watching.
Hell yeah. Man, John, it's been it's funny. John posted a video recently on his Ormsby. I don't know a lot of Ormsby artists besides maybe Rusty Cooley right now.
No,
Dino Casares.
Wait, didn't Rusty go to Dean? Or is he with Ormsby?
He had a Dean for a long time.
No, he had a Dean,
right.
but
No,
he went
to
to Ormsby, and now Dino, who was with Ibanez for years.
Yeah, long time. Like
Dino was with Ibanez for years, and Dino just left to Ormsby.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
And I think it's like one of the very few Ormsbys that aren't Fanfret.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because their fans are really extreme.
Have you guys used the fan frets yet? I have not.
He plays Fanfret.
Oh, my Kiesel, yeah, but
Kiesel has fan frets?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it that close. Damn, what the hell?
Yeah, I should have brought it.
Oh, that would have been amazing. I'd have been drooling the whole time. Yeah, you guys. That's a nice guitar, man. If you guys have not seen Sebass's guitar, man, check that thing out. That's a looker.
The AM7, baby.
Is that what that? What?
It's an Aries. It's an AM7, right?
Aries.
AM7. See,
Yeah.
see.
Kiesel.
I know him like the back of my underwear.
Ouch.
What are you even saying?
Is Kiesel your brand then? Like not a brand, but is that like your weapon of choice basically, or is that
no. We can be honest.
That's a very okay. It used to be until I got the Ibanez Iron Label, the RGD.
Oh man, is that the one with the rounded horns?
It's the one with the bevel top.
Oh, the bevel top. Maybe I'm
That's
thinking
a maple fretboard.
Might be thinking of the RGA. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the RGA.
Yeah, you are thinking of the RGA.
Those are awesome.
But the RGD, oh my
RGD,
God.
I gotta check those out. I haven't taken. You know what? Wait a minute. I think I have seen this. One of my favorite guitarist. His name is Al Joseph. He's in a band, and I think the other guy might play one of those. He has like a white one with like a maple fretboard, and
yeah, those are nice.
I think it's a 7-string. I believe it might be the same because I noticed this cool bevel on. Yeah, the same the bevel that you were talking about.
Yeah, mine is the like kind of like a powder blue.
It's called Laser Blue, and I sent an email to Ibanez complaining about it.
Oh yeah.
What was the complaint?
Oh, so one of our very very often alcohol fueled group chats.
Nice.
Was I was complaining to Ibanez how bassists get all these ugly ass colors. We either get tobacco burst or natural satin or black.
Well, it looks like they listen with the new releases.
Yeah, but it's like one, and it's called sea floor blue, which I agree is nice. But then I continued to drink more. I went on Twitter and I left like a 17-part post about why the fuck can I get a Laser Blue S series?
Ooh,
good shit. I don't think Ibanez listens though.
S series, like the guitar or the bass?
The bass.
S series bass. I haven't seen that.
It's literally the main one that everybody uses. The
Oh.
really thin.
The sound gear.
Yeah, the sound gear. That's an
Yeah.
S series.
Oh, cool. Those are, man. The first time I ever saw one, it was back in the high school band. Not literally high school band. It was in a band that I was in high school.
In high school.
Yeah.
And my buddy had just got a new bass, and it was awesome. Had active pickups. None of us knew about active pickups at that time. The battery died. We were all like, "What?"
It's like, what? Now what? Shit.
Yeah, it was a 5-string that he got. It was super comfy neck. Couldn't believe how comfortable that guitar was.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been at Sound Gear basses are the best bang for your
I've
buck.
always loved how thin their necks are.
And have you ever seen the used prices on those?
Bro,
$300 for
Yeah.
5 and 6-string basses.
my
$300.
Mine costs $800 brand new.
My most the best Ibanez I've ever owned, which my goal for this year is to go on eBay and find the same bass. Was the Jet Set green one that I played for years.
Oh.
It's like this weird like greenish blue color,
Okay.
but it's literally like one of the only Ibanez basses that they ever released with a maple fretboard,
Whoa.
and it was a 4-string.
What's a maple fretboard on a bass like? Well, I mean, you see them on Fenders all the time.
Percussive
Never
as
mind.
shit.
Yeah, I just realized, like,
Like,
wait a minute, Yeah,
very like if you're into like Geddy Lee's like clinky.
You guys Tonewood believers? I'm not saying I don't
complete-
necessarily, but you guys are into that
complete.
argument?
Yeah.
That's cool. I always think about it, and my favorite guitar tech on YouTube brought it in a very interesting way, which I agree with. He was saying that, does he believe in Tonewood? Yes. How much of a percentage of a difference does it make? Could be 1%. But does it matter? Sure.
Yeah.
But
To me, it
can you
does.
hear the difference? Maybe. Maybe it could be 0.1. Who knows? It does make a difference.
It could even be psychosomatic.
Could
It could literally be like you just, for some weird reason, this wood makes you feel.
Yeah. I mean, it's ironic to me, like Ibanez, for example, since we've been talking about Ibanez, all the RGs that they make have alder bodies.
Yeah.
And it's really funny that, you would think like a Gibson, has like these, mahogany bodies that you expect sustain out of them and everything, but they're putting like a cheaper wood, like alder for the body. And then they have a maple neck, usually in a rosewood fretboard. Rosewood, not so much these days because of the CITES bullshit.
Right.
Just interesting. You know what I mean? You would never expect that. And these are supposed to be shredder guitars. But you know what's funny? Double checking what I just said. It's interesting to me that a lot of shredders probably don't care about sustain, to be brutally honest, because when you're playing 16th and 32 notes and all that kind of stuff, like, what does a whole note mean to you? You're probably only going to be playing that for a little bit. I think you should have it, but I'm just saying, like, like if you like Chan, for example. Everybody listens to Chan, right? They actually play with fairly high, because they make good catchy music. I can't listen to 5 songs in a row because they all sound the same. but I love their sound. So it's not a diss. It's just
It's an observation.
they have a sound and they stick to it, and they don't have enough tones in their album. To me, I'm not, I shouldn't be busting into a new topic.
Have you ever seen their rig run through?
It's probably simple as shit, right?
Super.
It's just they plug into amps, probably. I bet. What,
They play,
what is it?
XFX.
No,
It's like vintage amps,
they
right?
play matchless,
Oh, wow.
like straight through. No, like I mean, they have effects.
Matchless meaning.
The amp company is a amp.
Oh, I'd never heard of it, actually.
Yeah, it's matchless. Like literally, the amp itself is like a 1x12.
Okay.
And it has like
It's
5
mics.
controls.
That's so funny. Wow.
Volume.
That's all they need, I bet.
Volume, bass, treble.
Mid.
No, it has like a mid cut in it,
Oh, okay.
and then a gain.
Interesting. Okay.
And they have like the gain to nothing,
Wow.
volume all the way up, and
Like
it's
overdrive pedal, I bet. Wow. Interesting. I like their tone. It's interesting. And go ahead.
I feel like Sean just within itself. They just, and even when they were showing, oh, this is like my clean tone, and it was super clean. I was like, oh, oh, and this is my distorted. Turn on your distortion pedal. I did. Okay. Well,
Whatever you say, man.
shit, whatever you say, man.
That's so funny. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. It's really funny. But I mean,
Yeah.
for their sound, they have a very interesting sound in that, yeah, everything they do sounds. I'm not a big fan of their album sound, I will say, because to me, their album sound sounds like you just put a mic in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, like, and it's funny, just last week, for Hijas de la Muerte, I was just talking about how the live sound can be cool because you're giving people an idea of what you sound like live. And then most people, because some people come out with this amazing studio album, and then when you see them live, it's like,
Yeah.
Super compressed.
yeah, super compressed, or it's not as good in general, and you're just like, you're not digging it as much, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas, sometimes having a whatever sounding album and then being amazing live can almost work, different way. People are like, oh shit, we got to go see them. Then you end up getting your ticket sales up.
Right.
Interesting.
You know who to me is the reverse of that?
Who's that?
Zach Wild. Zach Wild
Yeah.
on a record to me is annoying as fuck. Like the gain is just way too much for
Have you seen his live solos that are like
No,
5 minutes long?
but wait. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So on a record, to me, is super fucking gainy, annoying, and like whiny. But then live, for some weird fucking reason, it just fits. And he's perfect.
You know what it is? I think because during the studio albums, like, I know that I don't want to say he's infamous for it or anything like that, because everybody punches in at the studio.
Right.
Everybody punches in their take.
Right.
It happens. But from what I hear, he pieces his solos a lot. And, and he drinks a lot of beer. He's always pretty drunk while he's playing guitar, which is not a bad thing at all.
I thought he quit drinking.
Did he?
I think he did.
Damn, because the last interview I saw of him, he was just talking about getting fucked up and recording shit. So that's just what I'm basing it
I
off
thought
of.
he quit.
Okay, well, that's good. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
he did, because I remember, what was it, like the Golden God Awards? The Metal Hammer Golden God Awards?
Okay. Oh, I didn't even know those existed. What?
Yeah.
Where are you watching that?
It's online. Trust me.
Excuse me. So it's online, basically.
Kerry King offered him a shot of Jaeger,
Oh, and
and
he said no?
he rejected it.
Oh,
because he
shit.
quit drinking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is
Jaeger is so overrated, by the way.
Jaeger is so.
I agree.
Jaeger's such an 18-year-old drink to me.
Well, we grew up in my new haircut video. So Jaeger bombs. For anybody that does not know what that is, feel free to
With the
check
Jaeger
that out.
keychain.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kerry
Jaeger
King,
bombs.
Speaking of Kerry King, did you see his new guitar with Dean?
I saw the price.
Has
Yeah.
$8,000 in a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, did you see? Have you? Well, first of all, yes, and second of all, just to run it back, have you seen the Wild Instruments?
Yeah.
What,
The
Wild
Zach
Audio?
Wild audio? Where are they?
Which is made by Schecter.
Which
Yeah,
is made
he
by
builds them through
Schecter.
Schecter, yeah.
Made by Schecter and supposedly at Guitar Center. I've been to a Guitar Center nearby
I've
here.
seen-
Didn't see one.
I've seen one person with it.
Yeah, I've seen a
One
couple. That's
live.
about it.
Like
Yeah.
seen like
one.
like you know the person or like you online.
He was in a band that I've seen around a lot, and I've seen him with one, and it was
I heard they're huge.
they're,
Heard the necks
it
are
looks heavy
stupid.
as shit.
They do. I
They're
heard,
stupid heavy.
And
I heard the necks are. Just
it was like
Yeah.
vintage white with like red with a red bullseye on it,
oh god.
and I just looked at him like, I bet you need a chiropractor tomorrow.
I bet you got a tribal tattoo on you somewhere. Somewhere on you.
You have a kilt in your closet.
There's a 5-finger death punch CD somewhere
God.
in your vicinity.
You have a Disturbed sticker on the back of your car.
Oh Christ, dude! Where's the Monster Energy just sitting in your cup holder right now? Hey, Monster Energy's fine. That's okay. That's all right.
Ooh, okay.
Rockstar Energy. Oh, you know what? Maybe Rockstar. Yeah, you got to be saliva. You got to be
Yeah, you gotta
saliva.
be saliva, Rockstar
Drinking a
Energy.
Rockstar. That's the click click boom drink right there. That's what
Oh my god.
that's what Rockstar Energy does. When I see people drinking Rockstar, I'm like, man, you listen to Kid Rock, don't you? Like, yeah, man, didn't you hear that fucking I Put Your Picture Away with Sheryl Crow? That man could sing. That man could. People always back him up in these weird ways. I'm like, what? Kid Rock can sing? What?
Man, you drink a Rockstar Energy drink. I bet you kissed your cousin in high school.
Yeah, kissing. Oh, they're kissing cousins. Oh, they're kissing cousins. Woo, Victor in the chat says, Charles, love you, man. Hey. Right back at you, Vic.
Holy shit. You know Vic?
Yeah, Victor was actually on the show a few weeks ago.
You know what's funny? Me and Vic went to high school together.
Oh, no way, dude.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And we were in band together.
Oh, no way.
I'm
That's
still getting
awesome.
over the fact that he has the perfect fucking Southern accent.
Oh, God. No.
Bro, you don't have a Southern accent?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Listen,
You weren't born with one, dude?
I was born in Tennessee, but I don't have the accent.
How don't
Were you
have a-
born in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bro,
I lived there for like
Is that where the
3
guitar love came from?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Just that Nashville vibe just rubbed off?
And the kissing cousins thing.
The kissing cousins. Oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn it. Kissing cousins. Oh.
Well, she's my mom's sister, so.
What's closer than family? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, right. Hashtag blessed, baby.
Hashtag live love country.
Blessed be thy name. Anyway, that's all right. Okay, anyway. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
give me a second.
How was I supposed to know? It was
Paul-
dark and there was a lot of moonshine.
Paul in the chat says Kiss Alive. Kiss Alive. I don't know what that means, but it just sounds amazing.
Great Kiss album. And
Oh, Kiss Alive?
Holy
yeah, Kiss
shit.
Alive. Great Kiss album.
So can you guys sell me on Kiss, please? Because
No,
I laugh.
I'm not gonna try. No.
Because I laugh when I think of Kiss.
I can honestly think of maybe 3 good songs.
Like, I think of
I'm
all...
sorry, Paul.
You
I
know
love
3
you.
good songs?
I love you, but I can think of 3 good songs. And
Which
that's Detroit Rock City,
Okay.
God of Thunder,
Okay.
and
Don't say it.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
say it.
the one that...
the disco one. No.
Wanna rock and roll all night.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Come on,
But Not Going Blind, that's a good song too.
bro. You're
Going
drunk
blind.
as shit in a bar at 2:30 in the morning, and that song comes on. You won't know the words to the verse,
Yeah.
but as soon as you hear dun 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 dun, I wanna rock and roll on. Everyone knows it. It's tradition.
Everybody knows the hook, yeah. Are there other
course.
lyrics in the song? I've never heard
Yeah,
that. I've never heard the whole
I
song.
really don't know. I don't even know if there's a solo in the song.
Yeah, who knows,
Yeah,
right?
there is.
There's a solo in the song? I've never heard it.
Have you heard that Kiss are like not just lip syncing the vocals, but somewhat lip syncing the syncing the instruments as well?
Hashtag fake guitarist.
Oh,
Come on, don't start that shit now. Come on.
Instagram. Oh,
Instagram
no.
guitarist.
You saw that whole thing between Jared Dines and
Lucas Mann.
yeah, Lucas
Who
Mann.
looks like his brother.
I know. Holy shit.
They do look. And it was funny. They're both German. I'm assuming Lucas
You know,
Mann is
I've
German.
been trying to pinpoint who you look like the whole day. And I was like, bro, he looks like someone. I was like, now that you said Lucas Mann, I'm like, fuck.
All it took was a Pakistani brother. Okay.
You know, he used to have his hair long like him too, like back in the day, like the same straight
Yeah.
long. Yeah, right. It was hilarious. Yeah, I actually showed him that video the other day, and I was like, you could be related to this guy. Yeah, that whole thing. It's very interesting to me.
That whole thing was just so
Well, you know what's
so
funny?
cringy, dude.
I will tell you one thing, and I'm not gonna be, you know, what am I calling who? No, nobody's calling anybody out. But how do you call it? Yeah, right. No, don't bring me the drama, guys. But I will say that I heavily insist on live takes, like the way that I record my playthrough videos. If you ever seen any of those, I don't think I've dubbed any of them because and not saying that it's bad to dub. You know, their playthroughs and like demos are different. You know.
Yeah, very very different.
They're very, very different. So if you're doing a playthrough and you're just showing people what it looks like while you play, and you want people to check the studio album out while they can look at you play guitar, that's one thing, you know, which is perfectly fine. But if you're making it look like if you're recording from your cell phone, you know, with like this goofy quality, front-facing camera probably,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
that's overdubbed, gets a little funky there.
Yeah, it's a little funky. I agree.
Excuse me.
I feel I judge as a person heavily, and when I watch a person play live, because Weirdly enough, I'm a gear nerd on top of everything, and I'm also a nerd of technique.
Okay, cool.
So I like watching people that can do interesting stuff on instruments. Like, that's why I'm such a big fan of. I wasn't for years, to be honest with you. I was not a fan of Animals as Leaders for years. And literally, I remember I hit him up the other day. I'm like, bro, Nephile, what the fuck?
Wow.
And he's like, you've never heard it? I was like, not at all.
I haven't either yet, really.
And it's not even that I heard it. They did like this DirecTV thing.
Whoa.
Where they played like a lot of their songs from Joy of Motion in like a Guitar Center.
Cool. And
they played Nephile, and I saw that Nephile, the middle section is finger picked, and I was like, okay, you got my attention now. I will watch.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That and the slapping shit. That.
Oh, he's got that hitchhiker's thumb that makes it easy to do. That shit is hard.
What are you pointing at me for?
I said it though.
I don't remember this.
Bro, we were talking.
Leave me alone.
They're like, oh, how great is Tosin Abasi? I'm like, with that fucking alien thumb he has?
Yeah, it's a hitchhiker.
That shit does a full perfect 90 degree.
Okay, I remember.
That shit touches his wrist. That shit's...
Yeah.
Right?
Like he slapped me, he has 6 strings at the same time.
For real.
Probably cousin kiss or two, you hear?
Kissing thumbs. But
I can't do it. It's just perfect.
She told me to put her thumb on it, and I went
God
ahead
damn it.
and it worked. It just worked. It worked.
it's like a Mac. It just works. It's like a Macintosh. Oh, God damn it. Anyway, sorry guys. It just works. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. It just works. It makes me laugh every time I hear it. I love it. I'm like, oh, no wonder. We should have bought your shit a long time ago. Oh,
It just works.
just works. Oh, okay. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, clearly.
Of course, it turned on, but
All right. What an ass am I?
what else does it do? I got an email from a cousin 5 years ago, and I don't know how to read the shit.
Can I?
So can you tell me? You told me it just works. It ain't working right now. So you tell me, sir.
Oh wow! So Paul in the chat says, Paul Stanley in the chat says, shitty studio albums, live AB Luna are great. Live are amazing. Oh, that autocorrect. I'm telling you. Love gun, love honey, love honey bun. Yes. I gotta listen to more Kiss, man. Well, maybe I don't, but yeah,
No, you
no, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't really. I don't know why I said that. I'm never gonna anyway, even if I said it. Kiss, and you know what? I find their personalities to be so
Douchebaggy?
lame. That on top of thinking, have you seen the video where they made the dude change his shirt? They made the fan change his t-shirt.
Yeah, I saw that.
The same shit Marilyn Manson tried to pull.
Bro.
Like what the fuck?
Gene Simmons has such a rod shoved up his ass that it's not even funny.
Yeah, it might be his own.
He
It wouldn't
thinks
surprise me.
He
It
thinks
wouldn't.
he's God's gift to Earth, and I'm just.
Yeah, like wag your tongue for us again, like Miley Cyrus out there.
Exactly.
Like, God damn it, like Jesus Christ.
I'd rather watch Miley Cyrus wiggle around stage like a fucking chicken in a wet plastic bag.
She looked like a fish out of water. It looked crazy. Miley Cyrus looked insane out there. Can we just talk about that?
Yeah.
She looked like a wet chicken,
Not in a good way.
like a wet featherless chicken.
Featherless.
And don't get me wrong, I can't even knock her because when she really tries, she has pipes. But
Miley walking around like who's the naked mole rat from Kim Possible?
looking like Rufus.
Oh, Rufus!
Miley walking around like Rufus at the VMAs. Jesus Christ. Paul says no, you don't. Ace was hard. After that, blah. I mean, Ace seems like the coolest one, and even he seems weird.
Ace was the coolest one, but I feel like he kind of has a rod shoved up his ass too.
I've heard about that lately, where he's like a dick at these like meet and greets and stuff.
Yeah, they all think they're God's gift to Earth. That's why they've been through fucking 3 guitarists, 3 drummers, 3 bassists.
And now they're doing like this thing where they have the same exact makeup and the same names, but there's like other people doing the performances.
No,
yeah,
what?
literally, it's like not like different characters. It's the same characters, but
It's
different
the same
people
character,
playing
but
them,
different people because
performing on the stage.
because Tommy Thayer is who took Ace's place.
Okay, that
And
rhymes.
Tommy Thayer is an amazing guitarist himself.
Okay,
But
who's
he
the
has-
Vinny Moore? No, Vinny something. There's a Vinny that was in Kiss that was like Looks like he looks like a soccer mom now, but like something.
I think that was the drummer.
It was a guitarist actually. I don't remember his name. It's Vinny something.
But
God damn it. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Tommy Thayer literally has the same face makeup as Ace Frehley.
That's weird.
And every person that they replace as a guitarist has the same makeup.
Well, tell us a little bit about Divisional Void and their live performances and how that all relates. Because to me,
our third attempt to discuss it before we get off track again.
no, Kiss was a good one. Kiss was a good one because you know what? They're at the end of the day, whether you like them or not, they're still at the top of their game because people know them and they have a reputation. They built it up a certain way, even if the music was whack. At a certain time and place, they were able to get it on and pop. And JD says, I accidentally had this playing on my speaker at work while I was smoking. Walked back in and my boys are like, dude, what the fuck are you listening to? These guys are funny as fuck.
Hey, JD, I love you, bro. Thank you for watching, bro.
JD, much appreciated. Cheers to you. Have a good one. Happy fucking New Year, bro. And Happy New Year's to all your homies that think we're funny because, you know, they might be the only ones on the planet that think.
We're really not. We're just drunk.
Yeah, yeah, right? Exactly.
Speak for yourself, sir.
And Kiss. Well, can we all just cheers to the fact that Kiss sucks? Yeah, Kiss sucks.
Woohoo! Cheers.
And let's write that in the Kiss font. Kiss sucks with the sucks in the Kiss font.
I think I'm gonna end up getting a sticker and putting that shit on the back of my bass, and it's just gonna say Kiss sucks.
Kiss sucks. That'd be so funny, dude.
That'd be funny.
Can we make that viral? Can we just
hashtag Kiss sucks?
Exactly.
Hashtag Kiss sucks.
Get that shit trending tonight.
Yeah. Hashtag Kiss sucks.
I'm gonna need that right up there with Rihanna in the Twinder. What?
In the Twinder?
Twitter.
Our age is showing.
Our age is showing. Yeah. What's that Twinder?
Not again.
I'm man Twitter trending.
I tell you what, I was swiping right on a couple girls and I saw my cousin on the Bumblebees.
Oh no. And I thought she was a sweet pot of honey already, so I mean Bumblebee, good lord.
Oh man. Okay.
Pull Sebass's man bun for me. Oh god.
Thanks, Charles.
That's awesome.
Hey,
you weren't taking it up the sorry.
What?
I was gonna say you weren't I was gonna say that you weren't taking it up the ass. Like you should have during the pull. But
yikes.
But
live performance. Divisional Void.
Sorry guys, the show just melted, guys. The show just at least we're not doing Jamaican accents on this one, right?
Yeah.
Don't start now, please.
My Jamaican accent sucks, so I'm not even gonna try.
Well, check out the last episode. I believe it was episode 75 or something like that.
I think it was 77.
So, yeah, look in the Shut Up Let's Talk 70s or something like that. And
that was a wild ride.
Yes, and you brought over rum from Trinidad.
Yeah,
I don't want to say Trini rum because it sounds funny, but rum from Trinidad, and it was a time.
That Trini rum.
It was a day to remember.
It does.
And we're not talking band. Christ, I didn't listen to that band much. You know, there was a time where the hardcore music was really in.
Yeah,
I skipped it. Got really into hip hop around that time.
Scene?
I was really into hip hop at that time. I dove into hip hop at that time because it's hard to balance all the shit out. Like I can't listen to Opeth and these days I can, but whatever. We were growing at the time.
Yeah,
I dove into hip hop for a certain amount of years so that I could really catch up and catch up on all the shit I missed. And those were the hardcore days, so I kind of and I wasn't really into that sound anyway. I was really into solos and Joe Satriani and Guthrie Govan and Steve Vai and all this good shit. I don't want to be listening to.
There's nothing better than a Fender Telecaster ran through a JCM 800 at full crank.
I love Telecasters.
That's
man.
True.
That's my child up there.
That's hardcore, baby.
Thanks, man. That's actually a really if anybody's seen my Telecaster, I used to have it in my default picture for a long time. It's a really cool. I got it for $300, which I thought was a steal. And it's got locking tuners. It's got custom. The dude drew on it. We like burned the drawing into it. It's like
the wood.
Yeah, it's like a tree with like this weird design around it.
Yeah,
really, the guy killed it.
It's really nice.
Anyway, yeah, man, guitars are awesome. We could talk about that all day.
Nah, I went hard into hard. No, I didn't even go hard into hardcore. I went really hard into metalcore.
Oh, Kill Switch Engage type stuff.
Yeah, the whole Kill Switch and Lamb of God and